Hey, everybody. I am a few minutes late and I am getting my screen going. Let me know that you can hear me. I see a couple of you are already on here anyway, which is awesome. Let me go this way. All right, oh, look at that now. That's like in camera. I love it. Okay. So, yeah, I think everything's set that you should be able to hear me. Hey, Carol. So, Carol, Jamie didn't find it on Facebook. I guess it didn't pop up or something. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, she said they got me again. Oh, I forgot to fill up my water. You know what? I'm gonna take a time out and then do that because I'm gonna need my water. So, hold please. Play some Jeopardy music. Okay, whoa. I filled that up to the tippy top. Okay, we are back and back on comment. Sounds good? Awesome. Mm-mm. Okay, I just got home a couple minutes ago. Ugh. And we have most of the stuff ready for tonight. We'll see. Yeah, Peggy, look at my card file. My whole setup. This is working out so perfect, you guys. Like, look, really, I can turn here and I just lean over and I pull my drawers out and I get whatever paper I want. And so the most used stuff is on the left side, which is what I can reach, like turning and sitting. Hey, Marlene. So um, that's just perfect. And it does has a safety feature on there, like I can't open more than one drawer at a time. So it is cool. So Carol, it did pop up for you. Awesome. Okay. I guess it didn't pop up for Jamie, but everybody's here anyway. So awesome. Okay, so today is what, March 27th. So we only have a few days left if you want to get in on the code for this month. And let's see, the tutorial is, what was that for? I can't even remember. But if you use the code and it's 75 or more, this code down here in the corner, you'll get some textured dots. If you and a tutorial and a card in the mail. If it's more than 150, don't use the code. You'll pick your own freebie. So if you don't want textured dots, you get something else, but you'll still get the tutorial from me and a card. So awesome. Thanks, Carol. Okay, so I am Toni, ToniStamps, Toni Tesler. That's all me. And we're going to do some stuff with butterflies. So I know in the picture I only put 2 butterfly sets, but I really went through all my stuff. I have 4. I just didn't get them all in there. But I hope that you guys can take all these ideas and use whatever butterflies you have. Or if you don't like butterflies, dragonflies, birds, whatever flying things you might like. Hi, Vicky. Awesome. So yeah, take the designs and run with it. If it's not your colors, if it's not your papers, like if you don't like something about, just change it. Okay. Don't reinvent the wheel really entirely. Just take pieces and parts and do make something that is you. All right, I did want to show Peggy. I don't know what I did with the St. Patrick's Day card that you gave me, but I thought it was cute, and I got it. I realized I took that off the stage. I meant to make it solo. Okay, so we're good. Cute shirt, Penny. You like it? Do you have something like this? All right, so we are good. In my like reorganizing my stuff, I found some paper, some of this big paper that was from a convention a bunch of years ago. So yeah, crazy. All right, where was I going? Here we go. Look at this cute stuff Sharon sent me. All about the mushroom. So now she'll have to chime in later and tell me where she got this paper, but this feels like chipboard or something. Like this is very sturdy. But this paper, so cute. all the little mushrooms. She put some, probably some crystal effects or something on there, but thank you so mushroom. Cute. And then she gave me a bunch that were like stamps so I can use them on the inside. Snail mail, some more of the paper. Oh, that is really cute, don't you think? It's like purpley, more with the thank you. And then you're a fun guy. Isn't that cute? So Sharon, I love it. Thank you very much. The happy mail is always good, right? Okay, so butterflies. We're gonna make these cards, and then at the end, I'm looking around. I'm like, what else did I want to tell you? Oh yeah, pre-order. So the only thing I got on the pre-order was the ink colors, like the cardstock and the markers. We could not get every single thing that was in the catalog, so it was only a limited thing. I don't know if the onstage people had more choices than we did, or if they just got theirs early, but I wasn't a fan of like the stamps, most of the stamps and the paper and stuff. I mean, the paper was cool, but I'm gonna do that in a paper share. So I only got the ink colors. I'll be showing that. I should have it next week, and I'll show you. Um, but other people are doing all these unboxing videos, right? So if you want to see like stuff coming in the new catalog, go for it. And we're gonna have May online exclusives, and then May is when the catalog starts. So there's so much new stuff coming from two different places. It's getting a challenge to keep up with. But there's plenty of videos out there to find out what's coming. Or if you want to be surprised, then don't watch any of it. So I am going to do a paper share for the new catalog. There's only 7 packs of new paper. Okay. And like, I think 4 of them are 12 by 12. 3 of them are 6 by 6. But there are so many, there's 8 packs that are carrying over from the current catalog. Hey, Rose, you just got your pre-order an hour ago. Ooh, you got your stuff fast. Yeah, you got mostly online exclusives. Hey, Di. Hey, Karen. Lisa, awesome. Um, so yeah, I will have paper share. It's going to be $28 plus shipping if you need it. So if you're local, you're not going to need shipping. You can just come pick it up. But it'll be the 7 packs, and I'll have the info out. I can't order all the papers until May 6th, so I'm not going to order any of them. Okay. Diane paper share. Okay. Let me add this. Got it. Um, With the mini catalogs, generally I can order all of them at the same time and ahead of time, but I can't get all of it, so I'm not going to pay that shipping like twice, to get some like 4 packs now, 3 packs later. I'm not doing all that. So the RSVP will be May 4th, and then the new catalog goes live on May 6th, and I'll be able to get it then. All right, so that is that. Let's get into butterflies. So the first one, I cut a whole bunch of butterflies out like last minute. I did a lot of these die cuts. So I'm using sketch butterflies. Seems like we get a new butterfly set every year, every other year, something. But this is the one that I have the dies for. So I cut out the regular images that we're going to stamp, and then I cut the details. And we're going to use some of these somehow. But this is sketch butterflies. If you have anything similar, so the one that we had before was stippled butterflies, and I still have the leftover bits in there that see how close that is? This is just more sketchy looking. Let's bring it up closer. So ski like the lines, this is more not sketched, but similar size, like close. So anyway, once I use these last 3, that's it. So you see what I mean? Where you can just use whatever butterflies you have. All right. And let's put this over here. This. You guys, I'm so excited about my new cardstock situation. Okay, I'm going to use some purple dots too, because why not? All the purples. Every time I think of butterflies, I just think purple because it reminded me of my mom, and she loved purple. So that's what we're doing. And we are going to first start with, Sue did this. I don't even know what it's called, but it's we're going to have 4 panels on it. So we've got our base piece is 4 1/4 by 11. And I didn't do any of this scoring yet, so we're going to do it together. Now, if you're new here, my blog is ToniStamps.blog. Let me see if I have a banner. There we go. There's my blog. I will have my blog updated. I might even do it tonight because I forgot Dave had to work tonight. So I might get pictures and the cardstock measurements. So, check there. I should have, I'll post it when I get that updated. Let me get back here. Ugh. Media. All right. Ugh. Okay. Wait a minute. Banners. I got to click that off. There we go. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So that'll be updated. Scoring 4.5, 4.25 by 11. We're going to score right in the middle at 5.5. And if anybody remembers what's this called, please let me know because I forget. All right, then we've got I'm using crumb cake. This is a 1 by 11, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And then I like to flip it because it's going to go in a different direction. 5.5, flip it again, and then 8 1/4. Okay. Now, if your scoring doesn't go out this far, you would just do 2 3/4, 5.5, and then flip it back around and do 2 3/4 again because it's the same. I know some people have just like a card size score thing. So whatever it takes. All right. We're going to fold it this way and find where I put my bone folder. Okay, now we have 3 pieces of designer series paper. This is the perennial lavender pack. This is one of the packs that is continuing. Hey, Nancy. So you'll be able to get this, and it's a good thing because I have like a whole nother pack of it. You'll be able to, this is carrying over to the next catalog. So don't rush trying to think like, oh, I got to order that pack before it goes out. It's not going out. All right, now I'm putting these on first, and I want this bigger one to be on the front. And I should tell you what these measure. These are all 4 by 5 1/4. So that's a pretty big border. All right, and then on the inside, I'm pretty sure we're putting these in first. So let's go for it. So again, 4 by 5 1/4. And when you cut your paper, make sure it's going the right direction. So like, my flowers are going up. I tell you, whenever I cut my paper 4 1/4 by 11, it doesn't seem to be like perfect for the layers. I think that might be why I don't like making this sideways style. All right. Now we put our strip on. So this, we want to bend everything in the right direction. We want it to sit up like this. And it's going to fold. I'm pretty sure we're going to put that all the way out to the edge. Because, yeah, it's still 11 inches wide. So I'm not going to get the ruler out. We're going to put glue on this rightmost flap. And we're gluing this whole thing down. And like I said, I'm just eyeballing for the center. I sure hope I was supposed to glue that whole thing down. I think I was. Actually, let's just do a little bit on that side. Yeah, because it's still going to fold like this. Yep. So I could put glue under here. Let's get a little bit. All right, so we've got that kind of situation. And nothing is hanging over the edges, so that's good. Now, you will need 4 layering somethings. So Sue used squares. I think Sean used circles. I'm using circles. Yeah, top folding card, or in this case, side fold. But I don't care for them, Rose. So anyway, I'm using circles. You want something that is less than 2 3/4 inch wide, because that's how wide each one of these is. So let me just show you. This is like a 2 5/8 inch, no, 2 3, 2.5 inch circles. All right. And then I've got some layers of Highland Heather. And I'm going to pick which one I want to write on. And we're just going to do some different butterflies. I'm going to stamp some and then add some of the die cut ones. All right. So, and I want the greeting. Let's just do the greeting first, because that'll be like right here. I always want and need birthday cards. So I'm going to say, wishing you a beautiful birthday. Now these colors are Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and then we're going to do some Blackberry Bliss. So I'm going to stamp the greeting in Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to sign my name on this. This card isn't going to be one that has a lot of room for writing on it, but that's okay. That is okay. I'm going to throw some stuff on the ground here so I can clean my stamp. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I don't want to write a whole lot anyway, because I don't want to wreck what I've made. So just signing my name or writing a little love you, like, that might be good enough. All right, so that's that. And we need our stamps again. I did want to stamp some tone-on-tone butterflies. Let's do these. And then some little ones. And these I'm going to do in a combination of Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, just so we get like a variety. All right, I'm using every single block. All right, and then the big butterfly is going to go on the front, and we'll deal with that next. But I want Gorgeous Grape. So Gorgeous Grape will show up a little bit darker on this Highland Heather, because I'm going to stamp on these circles. And Highland Heather will be like kind of a tone-on-tone look. All right, so let's put this here. And we'll do, oh, nice. Dark one. Dark one. And we're not going to see the whole thing. That's okay. And then we'll do these other ones. Little ones in Highland Heather. I might not have to add a whole bunch. We'll see. Actually, let's do the darker in this. This part is kind of like whatever you feel like stamping, just to fill in. And you could just have designer paper if you wanted. Oh, you know what? We need a little one. Oh, nope, I can't do that because I need to write on that. That's fine. I'll have to link Sue's video so you can see she made like 4 different versions. And I love them all. Yeah, sometimes, Jamie, it's good to not have a lot of room. Don't want to go too far. Make somebody feel too comfortable, right? Yeah, Dave, when I write him his cards, he doesn't even open them. Or sometimes he'll open them and like get it back, like not rip the envelope at all. So I think he hasn't opened it. And I'm like, when are you going to open your card? And he's like, don't worry about it. But I don't think he even reads it. He just puts it in a pile. I mean, that's nice he keeps them. But then I'm like trying to clean up. It's just funny. But I could write anything in there. I don't think he reads them. All right, let's get rid of these. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and glue these on our circles. I thought about having this, instead of crumb cake, I thought about having it another shade of purple. But then I was like, there's a lot of purple going on. It'll be fine. Plus the crumb cake pulls right from the background in that paper. Ooh, I like it. Now we can pop some of these up if we want to. Because it's our card, we can do what we want. And I think I may do that. So that's that. Oh, cute, cute, cute. All right. Yeah, let's add, I mean, it's going to be kind of bulky, but who cares, right? Let's pop them up. We'll use some dimensionals because I think these are a tiny bit, not a tiny bit thinner than the foam tape I get that at the Dollar Tree. That stuff is pretty thick. And it comes in handy, but sometimes too much. I am liking this. That's funny, Jamie. Yeah. I do know how she writes her cards because I often send Jamie cards that are not seasonal because she doesn't always read her mail. So one time I sent her a card for, I don't know what it was for, but I think Easter. And yeah, I know she didn't read it till months later because then she was cracking up. All right, now this, I'm eyeballing because I kind of want these straight, but you could have them go like, wonky if you wanted. But I'm going to try to have them kind of straightish. And without getting the ruler out. All right, that's going to go there. Okay. Ooh, I like it. Now, this is what I mean by it's going to be bulky. See how like all those are stacked up right there? So just keep that in mind. If you're going to mail it, you may want to have yours flat, but I don't mind. I would either just hand this to somebody or pay the extra because I like that they're popped up. Even though it's barely anything, it's up to you. All right, let's deal with the front of the card. Now, I didn't want to stamp and then putz around with the die cutter while we're doing this live. So what I did was stamped or cut out a whole bunch of these from just like a scrap of paper. And I will do this if I'm stamping a lot of the same image. So let me get my Misty. Oh, this is handy. All right, so whatever stamp positioning tool you own, you're going to want to grab that. So yeah, this is really good for doing multiples. So let's put this in here. And let's do the big one. We'll do a big one, a medium, and a small. Okay. So what we want to do is take our stamps and we're going to put them in the grooves right in here that I've already die cut. Small-ish. And I'm going to have to pull these magnets back up. And you know what? Let's just do this one too because I already cut it out. Why not? All right, so if you have these in the cutout spots, see how they just sit there? Because that's perfectly lined up. So I just want to carefully put that back down, get it in the corner, get my magnet on. Yeah, that all looks good. All right, now let's do this, get my little whoosy what's it. I'm going to use Midnight, Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. I love it. Now I'm just going to stamp on my scratch paper just to make sure it's like lined up. And that is lined up good enough. All right, now that we know that's a good spot, we're gonna put our paper, just, it'll lock right into these spaces that you've already die cut. Okay. And the little one. And where was the side one? Okay. So yeah, if you have to do multiple images, I would do this because it's easy enough just to die cut. Cut all your pieces first and then plan to stamp them out like this a bunch at a time. Oh man, that's perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna hit it again though, because why not? So I really would only do multiples like this, like if I'm doing like Christmas cards or, you know, something. Now I actually will try to save this template somehow since I've already cut them out. I can just put it right in with my stamp set. I'll just have to trim some off. Yeah, I'll have to trim this off or redo it. But you get the idea of why that could help you get some cards done or get some images stamped and whatnot quicker. Okay, we've got all our butterflies. And I really just want a collection of butterflies on the front of this because I've got my wishing you a beautiful birthday. So this, I just want to have a couple of, let's do a cluster of 3. And then we can add the one on the inside. Cute. All right, now how do you want to color these? Well, the easiest, the quickest way for me is using a blending brush. So I'm going to get my purple blending brush and I'll start with the lighter colors first. And I'm actually going to bring in some fresh freesia. So hold on, because this might be a little bit shaky. But I'm just going to go the middle on that one. Let's go around the edges on this one. So I'm going to go lightest to darkest, so I don't really have to worry about cleaning my brush in between. But you color these however you want. All right, and I'm going to try to get that. And I probably should have let that black ink dry a little bit more, but that's that. All right, so that, and then we'll go Highland Heather. And I'm just gonna pick the outsides of those. But yeah, you could do Stampin' Blends, you could do regular markers, you could do colored pencils, like whatever your favorites are. I'm gonna do just the bottom here. And I know that these are not like real butterfly colors. Like, I suppose they could be all these purples, but I usually will see like the yellow and orange and, or just black and white. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's get this one. But they don't have to be real life colors. They can be whatever you want. Hey, Gail. Hey, Anna. Gloria. Thanks for being here. All right, and then we'll go Gorgeous Grape for the last. And I'm just hitting the rest of these white spots. Oh, I really like that. I like it, like it. I covered up some of that lighter shade, but oh well. Try not to get my hands all jacked up either. All right, this one's gonna be tricky trying to get it like just in the middle-ish. Okay, good enough. And I really don't hardly clean these off anymore. I run it a little bit. Sometimes I use my rag, but I usually just put it right back in there. Okay. So I'm gonna put this one on. I like it. I like it. Hopefully that's going to lighten up some because that is a little dark on my background. I feel like I need a little circle or something. You know what? Let's do this. Gonna rip this. Just something to break this all up and add a little piece. Just want to rip the sides. And I may have ripped that too much. But yeah, that's gonna break it up a little bit. Just so it's not so crazy, crazy. All right, I like it. Now I'm gonna put glue. I have to hide the glue behind pieces that I'm gonna cover. So I'm gonna put glue here and here. I've tried so many tapes, glues, etc. that all said, you know what, let's put this at a jaunty angle. That all said, oh, you can't see through vellum. I even had this and the Barely Art glue that everybody said, oh, you won't see it through that. Yep, you do. At least I could see it, so that was dead to me. So now I just rely on covering it up. And if I had to do an entire like card front of vellum, what I would do is cut the vellum longer than the card, like the layer, and then fold it over and attach it on the bottom or on the back side. You know what I mean? I haven't done that in a while, but that's what I did. All right. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking this. And I don't feel the need to put a happy birthday on the front. Because A, if they get a card from me and it's their birthday, they're going to figure out what it is. Or they could just be patient and wait till they get to the inside. Oh, I want this one. Yeah. And then we're going to add some gems. And I can't believe it is 8:35. I got to get it together. All right. Ooh, yeah. I like that. Gem. And actually, depending how big your gems are, you can also hide glue behind that sometimes too. 1, 2, 3. I'll do this. 4, 5. We'll see how we like this. Gail, did you hear drinks? I don't know. What are you talking about? Ooh, let's use some of these dark ones too. And we're going to use all 3 colors. Nice. See, this is popping up a little bit, and I feel like I can get just a little squirt of glue right under there. And that's going to hold that down. Hot toddies. Oh, for medicinal purposes. Yeah. Who is sick? We've had the crud running around work in the last couple weeks. All right. I like to, when you use your gems, sometimes you have this extra plastic. It just bothers me sometimes, so I just snip it off. And then I can put these right back in here. All right, so I like this. 3 butterflies, and I feel like I can add 2 brass ones. Because if you're going to have 3, you might as well have 5. All right. Put 1 here. Boop. And another one right up here. I think these brass butterflies are continuing in the new catalog. Someone else who might know for sure, please correct me. I don't recall seeing it on the Doodads page, but I like that. All kinds of purple. Hey, Barb. Awesome. So here's our card. And I do want to add some gems in here, but I also wanted to add some of these die cuts. So some of these intricate ones. So let me pop this one out. And I'm probably just gonna have to vacuum in here again. All right. So I do have the roller thing that you can poke all these little bits out. But it's just as easy just to grab some tiny little thing. Now I do still use the chrome precision plate that I got off Amazon. And if you need that, like I've got it linked to my Amazon store. For a while they were out of stock. And then they came back. So I don't know. I guess Sizzix is still making them. But this is the best thing that I've found is the chrome plate. And yeah, nice. Okay. Ooh. So I kind of wanted this one to go that way, but I don't like it backwards. So I think I'm going to put this on here. And then we'll do a little one. So each circle, except for this one, will get another little butterfly. And we'll do one of each color. So this one, let's do that. And then the lightest can get the smallest one. All right. And those I'm not going to pop up because they're just so tiny. Like the detail. All right. Oops. A little bit. So that, yeah, I like that. And I'm just going to hit it like a couple of spots. Did a booger want to form already? So Barb, you guys haven't missed much. Like this, sadly, is still my first card. Time management. All right, we're going to put this one on. And yeah, you know what? We're just going to stick it on there. And then this one, I should try to bend it up a little and just glue it down the middle. Even though it'll get smashed anyway. All right, now gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll do a combination of gems and more butterflies. All right, so the 2, let's put a big one. Oopsie. Come on, I didn't want to get on there. Big one, and then we'll do a little one over here. Even though that glue blob was quite large. All right, and then we'll add some of the purple shimmer gems, which I love them. All right, let's do that one. And then a dark one over here, and let's go a medium one there. And one right there. I love it. All right. I think I was intending to put this somewhere too, but now I've forgotten. Oh, I wonder, I could just hang it right there, right? Yeah, look at that. All right, freestyle. Now that is totally uneven, but I'm gonna have to get over it. Oh, it's not gonna want to stick there. Shoot. All right. Now I'm gonna have to put something else there. How dumb is that, you guys? All right, let's do a little one because it doesn't want to, whoa, because it's gonna fold this way. Yeah, I'll just wipe that off and put this somewhere else. I'm gonna have to let that dry a little bit so it doesn't get all inky dinky. So, but how cute. All folds up. Extremely lumpy with all the dimensionals, but I love it. It might be over the top, but love it, love it. All right, so that's the first one, and I cannot remember the name of it. Sue or somebody can help me with the what it's supposed to be called. All right, same with this one. I don't know the name of this. I saw this years ago, or a year ago, on another site, and I made one card, and then I gave it away. So we're gonna make it again. I'm using this time Spotlight on Nature. So again, whatever butterfly set you have, we're actually using these two images, and then we'll use the Dear Friend. Whoa, I still have some that I stamped and colored and pre-cut. All right, we're gonna do the Dear Friend. We're gonna stamp that later for our greeting. So I'm using up like some of the last bits of some of the designer papers that I have. I'm trying to think why. Nope, I don't need this. Okay. So I've got this pack that I don't even remember what it's called, but it's got like the end colors, like the wild wheat and the moody mauve, and I think it's got misty moonlight, but it might have boho blue. But anyway, it's some kind of wildflower or something. So I still had like a part of a paper share. So this piece is 4¼ by 12, and I scored it at 5½ and 11. So this gives me a 1-inch flap that we're going to use. So this is going to be the front, and we open it. This will be what we're going to see on the inside. We're going to fold this over, okay? And you got to be careful that you don't rip stuff. So I want it to start at this corner, and I want to fold it all the way. So just wherever it lands on the corner, looks like this is going to be good enough. All right, press that up because I really like that pattern. All right, then I want to put a little strip underneath of there. So I've got a little piece of Moody Mauve, and I want it to just lay up under here. But with this fold, that's going to make it hard. So I'm going to have to trim it. So it's actually going to go like right up here, and I want it to go right to the edge. So this piece should be a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch by 4¼ so I'm just going to put glue at the very tippy top, and then eyeball. I want it to hang out just a little bit evenly. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and hand trim that. All right. So I'm going to go at an angle, and that part doesn't have to be perfect because I just want it to be able to fold over. And well, it could have been more perfect than that because I don't want that part to be missing, but oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this all down. I think the original card I saw, it was, this was intended to stay open, like you would pull it open like this, but I didn't like it, so this is my way. This kind of bothers me now. All right, that's what you get, not doing a good job. Okay, now we need a little flap to cover this. So I want an entire piece. This Moody Mauve is 4¼ by 11, and I scored it at 5½. So I just want this to cover both sides of this flap. So that's why I'm going with this as opposed to just adding like a 1/4 sheet of cardstock because I want the whole flap to be covered. So what I want to do, we're going to glue this down until it hits that score mark, but I want to make sure everything's going to fold in. And I do have to trim it a little bit. So, because the fold mark, see how it goes not exactly to the edge? And then over here, it's right at the edge of the fold. So I just want to trim a smidge off of this. I'm still going to tell you that it's 4¼ by 11. But you'll have to, it depends on how you fold, right? So I'm going to take a hair off of both of these layers. And then we'll see if this is going to fold nice before I put the trimmer down again. All right, I need, oh, that's folding nice. Okay, cool. All right, so take a smidge off that, whatever this is, maybe a 1/16. And we can go ahead and glue this on. So add glue to your flap. And we're just going to glue the one side first. So let's get this down here. And you just want to push it down as far as it's going to go and make sure things are lining up. All right, that looks good. I can see a little smidge of my designer paper right there. Take care of that. All right, now we'll flip it over and all we have to do is add glue. Now, if you wanted to make this an extra pocket to like put something in, then you would only glue on these two sides. But for now, I want this flipped over and it gives us a nice edge there too. So here's the way our card is gonna go. And I did not use magnets in this. I mean, you could if you want, but I did not. Also, using cardstock for this whole layer gives it more sturdiness. All right, then we've got a piece, again, Moody Mauve, 4 by 5 1/4, and I embossed it with the eyelet folder, whatever folder you want. And that is going right here on this side so that you still see it when your card is closed. I really think, I love it. We see just enough of the flowers. Then on the inside, I didn't want to cover up too much of these pretty flowers. So I've got a layer. Let's see, did I write this down? Nope. So our white is, oh yeah, I did 3 by 4 1/4. And then the Moody Mauve should be 3 1/4. Yep, by 4 1/2. Yep. All right, so here's where you can write, whatever you want. Your message. Or you could like glue a gift card, have your message over here. And I'm just gonna try to center this. Eyeball it. That looks good. All right, now on here, you can stamp this. So like maybe you want to do the flower or these vines or something, or you can cover it with designer paper. So I had another piece. I think this to me is too much yellow. Like they're conflicting. It's still the same colors, but it's a different pattern. So I kind of like this one, but I want to know, what do you guys think? So do you think it's better to have the two patterns that are next to each other, or that are different, or similar? So just say wild wheat or Moody Mauve for this. Sean, yeah, you're talking about this one. It's I saw it like a year ago. I can't even remember where I saw it, but I had to go back to the picture to remember. But so you guys tell me, what do you think? Wild wheat or Moody Mauve? The thing with Moody Mauve is that there's some of the blue in there. Moody Mauve, Rose, wild wheat. Okay, wild wheat. Well, Rose got first wild wheat. But I can tell there are a lot of, it's actually, yeah, both. We're going to go with wild wheat, though. Rose got it. Not that it's a contest, but especially when it's a split decision, I might as well just go with the first person. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like them both. Nice. All right, now, do we want to stamp something there? We'll come back to that. For the front, we've got wild wheat, and this is from the Spotlight on Nature dies, which, went with this as a bundle. I can't remember if this was in the next catalog or not. Rose, do you remember? So, wild wheat, whatever that was. Then I cut 2 5/8 inch circle of basic white, and I'm gonna stamp. I already did go ahead and stamp the butterflies just so I could hand cut them real quick. But let's do let's go with basic gray on here. Okay. I could have also used maybe early espresso. The brown might have been a better choice. But I did what I did. So get these leaves on here. Now I want to color them. I'll tell you, I already colored it. So color these with soft sea foam. I thought the green, like this is probably Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. And I thought that might have been a little too dark. So I kind of wanted a lighter shade. And now I don't like it as much, but I embossed it after. So you have to color it first and then run this through with an embossing folder. So I'm just going to live with that. You know what? I could touch it up. Let's see. Do I have light Mossy Meadow? All right. This might wreck it. Yeah, I don't like that because it's just picking up some of the color. Now I'm just going to have to color the whole thing. It's only picking up some because of the embossing. You know, it doesn't want to get in the nooks and crannies. But once I did it, that was it. So yeah, pick your green. Or if you wanted to have wild wheat leaves, like, you know, whatever. Actually, this doesn't look terrible. Because now it picks up the embossing folder pattern. All right. I think I still like it with just coloring it completely first. All right. We're going to glue this on. Ooh, I like that. All right. So that's going to go here. We're going to have a butterfly. And then we're going to do our greeting in Moody Mauve. And then I'm just going to hand cut that. So it's going to fit there. Now, let's just put it right here. Cute. Early espresso would work too. But let's just cut this. Just want to get it as close as I can. Straight-ish. And then I think ripping the edges always fixes it if it's not like perfectly straight. Okay, now let's color. I'm gonna go Moody Mauve, and I'm not gonna do, we'll do Petal Pink. I mean, not Petal Pink, Pretty in Pink. Just because this is so dark. And if you wanted to use blends, obviously use blends. But I don't want to spend a ton of time coloring this. And this pink is weirdly bright against the Moody Mauve, but it's gonna work. I could have done, let's see, why not have wild wheat? All right, you know what, we're gonna do that. Because that Pretty in Pink really was kind of weird. All right, this will work. And then I'm just gonna quick cut this. I don't mind hand cutting these because it's easy enough. Would I do 25 of these? No, I would not. That's too much. Oh, I don't know if you remember last week when I said that's when we got to see the new online catalog. The new markers, actually all markers, are not in the catalog per se. They are online exclusive items, or they're on the online list. So I guess they would still consider them online exclusives. So they had Stampin' Blends in the catalog, but no Stampin' Write markers. So when I got my Stampin' Write markers, I found them online. And so like the pack of, how they come in all the family packs or the set of 40, I imagine those are all going to be online. So they're still using online items, but I do feel like the catalog is a little better than last year as far as I don't think there's hidden things this time. So you know how you would see it just chaps me. The one about the page that had the bird's eye view stamp on it. It just had the bird stamp. It didn't have any like words or, you know, item number or price. Like, ugh. And there was a lot of things like that, even some paper. So I think they did fix things like that this time. Ooh, I like it. All right, let's add Winka Stella. Because why not? Um, but yeah, I think there's still room for improvement, but they do have things organized better, and like there's a page that has punches, and then there's a page that has dies. Does it have every punch? No. Does it have every die? No. But it's got some. All right. Now we only want to put glue on like the part that half because we have to open it, right? So let's just, actually, I'm just going to put it right on here. Oh, cute. And I still want to get that kind of centered. I love it. And I'm just going to put glue right here. And then kind of just like smash it up a little bit. Ooh, I love it. And then I'm going to have this here popped up. And then we'll add some gems. So yeah, I wish I had a name for this card, but I don't even remember where I saw it. And like I said, the original was different, a little bit different anyway. They had this part not attached, and I just couldn't do that. I didn't like it. I don't care for like the base made out of designer paper if there's not cardstock. Like this makes it sturdy. This makes it sturdy. But I love it, and it's medium envelope size. Where do my doodads go? All right, I'm still using up my in color doodads. Thanks, you guys. Nuclear waste. Oh, funny, Sean, with the is that for wild wheat? I guess I'm gonna use some of the Moody Mauve because I have a ton of them. I always crack up when I see Sean will let me know. All right, let's get this off of here. Eat. Yeah, for some reason I really did like the wild wheat. All right, 1, 2, and then we'll put one right down there. Right in the middle of some of those leaves. Okay. I like it. Okay. So we've got it's a little bit popped up. And so you see, you could put a pocket like with a gift card on this side, just add a little strip or like a belly band, and then you could slide the thing in there, or you could use this to write some more stuff too. So, I like that one. So, okay, 2 different fun folds-ish. All right, now I realize it's 9 o'clock, you guys. I'm sorry that I only got through half the cards, but I'm still continuing. So if you have to come back, come back. If you can hang out, then hang out. All right. So next one, I'm gonna do I want to use, this is an online exclusive set, and it's kind of got a wonky butterfly, but I like it. And then some leaves. I really like these greetings. It's enough if all you did today was survive. What can I do to help? Take your time. I'm here when you're ready. It's okay to try again tomorrow. Inhale, exhale. It's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. So I like the greetings on that one. That's what really grabbed me. The images, like I passed right by them. But then once I got it, I was like, yeah, okay. I like them enough. All right, so this card, we're going to do some, do I need this? Let me just check. No. We're going to do some ink smushing, and I've used the distress folder. So this is all like white on white. The only color is going to come from our ink smushing. So I've got thick 5.5 by 8.5 thick white, which thank goodness they're going to continue with the 8.5 by 11. They heard us complain. They don't always do stuff, you know, go back on their decisions, but they did this time. So basic white thick, or whatever thick white you have. Score that at 4.25. All right, and that's our base. Then I've got a layer 4.25 by 4 by 5.25, not 4.25. 4 by 5.25. Hold on a minute. Thanks. Ooh. And I embossed it with the distressed tile folder. I'm not going to put this on yet, but it's going to go here. Got a piece for the greeting, scrap. I've got a 4x4 piece that I'm going to actually rip when I'm ready. So we're going to stamp on this one. This is 3x4. And we're going to stamp in white. So white on white. And then we're going to add our color. So I've got my 2 stamps. I'm using both of these from that stamp set. Where is my embossing buddy? It was in my pile. Am I looking right at it? Let's see. Okay, guys, I had things organized-ish. Okay, it has disappeared. Let me just take another peek. Like, is it right in front of me? Nope, nope, nope. All right, we're gonna live without it. But normally I would hit this with my embossing buddy. And then we're gonna stamp in Versamark. And I'm gonna start with the largest image, just because when you're trying to random stamp and fill stuff up, you wanna start with the biggest. All right, and I'm gonna go in here. And then add some butterflies. So I kind of have to tilt my head sideways so I can see the butterflies, like all the images. So I can barely see them. Now you want to work kind of quickly. Not like crazy person fast, but fast enough. All right, so we want to put our white powder all over. Gross, I can see bits that are not white that are in my powder. And let's just give this a little tap. So you see how we've got, there we go. You can still see it. Now I'm going to heat it. No, wait, I wanted to add some of these little dots too, and I forgot. Let's add dots there and here. Trying to hit some of the white spots. Okay. Ooh, pour some of this back in my container. This feels like it's going to be real messy. All right, hit these little spots again. Oh, okay, I like it. Yeah, Can you see how, like, adding those little dots, that just filled in some of the spaces? So start largest to smallest with your stamps. And again, we're doing white on white. If you don't have white embossing powder, if you have clear, that's fine too. Because clear will, when we put ink over top of it, with the emboss resist, you'll still see the white underneath. All right, now I gotta hold this. Find a good spot to hold it. All right, and then I'm gonna cook it up. I love it. Okay, can you see the image? There we go. I think we can see it here. Okay. If you see a straw on the side, what? Oh, the toddies. They're funny, Penny. Hmm. All right, I need to get my little cleany thing. So this is just like a you know, if you have pets, you peel it off, and I think that still has some sticky, but I just got to get some of that embossing powder off of here. Let me find, can I peel it up? Here we go. I think it is time to get a new sheet. Oh yeah. Oh, that's really gonna grab my paper up. Okay, clean, clean, clean. Now I want to add like a color wash to this, like kind of watercolory. If you had sprays, like color sprays, you could take this, spray it. The ink is going to resist the parts that we've already embossed. And I do want to clean these real quick. So however you want to add color, I'm going to actually try to use my my silicone mat instead of dragging up. If you had a glass mat, it would be perfect. But I don't want to pull that up. All right, make sure this is mostly clean. Okay, so some surface, whether it's, actually you could even do it on, like if you have something like this, you could do it that way. But I'm gonna start with, and I'm gonna do this in, what did I pick? Ooh, Petunia Pop. That I think is gonna be a little darker than I wanted. Let's go Fresh Freesia, because I want this like a soft something. So either Fresh Freesia or Petal Pink. Let's go with Fresh Freesia. All right, so I'm just gonna like tap a little. So we've got like that much ink. And you can do a smaller size, like if you don't want to do this whole big ink pad size, you could do little, if you have the ink spots, you could do that. You could scribble with a marker on this. Plenty of options. All right, then I'm gonna take a little bit of water and, oops, I don't want the cap. First I gotta smell this, make sure it's water, not alcohol. Yep, okay. So I want to be careful spraying because the minute I spritz this, the color's going to go everywhere. So I'm just going to hold it up as close as I can and just do a little, so it's like spritz, spritz, spritz. All right. We can get a little bit more. All right. And that's going to lighten it up. So I want to move this around a little. So all I'm going to do is like touch it on there to get some ink. Ooh, I like it. Actually, so if you wanted to mix colors, you could do do the whatever, one color, then let it dry. But I'm going to do the whole thing in the same color. So I can just really just lay this whole thing here. I love it. But see how it's not consistent, really? I like it. All right, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Actually, I want to get that one a little bit more. Ooh, yeah. I like those dark bits. Okay. And I'm going to set that there for a minute and drag my heat tool back over because I want this to like dry up some. And it should make it uncurl too. Ooh, I like that. All right, now let's hit it again in some spots to get a little bit darker. I really like that. All right, one more. Okay. Okay, good enough. I don't want to scorch um my embossed part. Now, I'm going to run this under the faucet to clean my silicone thing, but I just got to get it off real quick. Just so I don't put my hand right in it or my sleeve or something. But how cool is that? So we still see the white that we embossed, and then we've got the different depths of all that ink. Now, this was regular basic white, okay? So this is kind of like waterlogged and wrecked. All it means is I'm going to have to do a lot of glue on it, but oof, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So 3x4, 4x4. I'm going to glue this in the very middle, and then we're going to rip the edges. Yeah, I was thinking of adding some green in at the beginning. I mean, when I sketched it out and wrote my notes, I had green in there. But then I decided, nope, we'll do it all in the one color. And I love it. All right, I'm going to flip this over and really smash it down. This turned out better than I thought. Oh my God, I love it. All right, I do see this is hanging off a titch. So we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. And now I want to carefully rip just the edge off. And I'm ripping it towards me because I want that ripped edge showing. Oh yeah, I like it. Just doing a little at a time. Ooh, yeah. Love it. All right, so then we're going to glue this on here. And I'm kind of just eyeballing for the middle-ish. Oh man, that is pretty. All right, and make sure all my butterflies are going the right way. Oh, I love it. All right, and then we're going to glue this down. So you see how even with just one color, you can keep touching it onto, some of the ink and getting different shades. I like it. All right, now for the greeting, I was going to do a scrap of, get that glue right there, scrap of white, and what greeting did I have on here? I did not have anything, so let's just pick. Let's do, kind of wanted birthday, but let's do, yeah, let's do birthday. Ugh. Dear friend, or wishing you a beautiful birthday. Okay, let's do this in, that was fresh freesia, right? And I might not like this. I really wanted something like thin down here. So no, I don't want that. You know what? I'll add that later. I'll go through my stuff and pick what I want. But I want just a thin, something little right down here. And then to add some gems. So, but man, this is perfect. Look at all that different shading. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So that I will share the final picture when I update my blog. Last one. So this, I want to do some paper piecing, and we're going to use this beautiful butterfly. So this was one of the celebration items that I was kind of worried that when it was on there, because usually when you see regular catalog items, when they add them as the celebration choices, that means they're going to retire this year. That is not the case. This stayed around. That alphabet set, the dies that were like, man, that's like a $40 thing. That stuck around. We were very surprised. So anyway, I got this with celebration. I did not get the dies. So I only have the stamps. We are going to be using these beautiful bouquet papers. Is that what it's called? Yep, beautiful bouquet, 6x6, which is one of the packs that is continuing. Okay, so you'll be able to get this. Then I'm also going to be using some of the ephemera, the greetings for all mix and match ephemera. I love them. Okay, basic black, 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4.25. One of the bouquet prints, this was like a blue with, it's got this splattery background. But we're gonna stamp on this first. Basic white for the inside, 4 by 5.25. So I'm just gonna put that in there. All right, for my photopolymer stamps, I use the VersaFine, Onyx VersaFine. It takes a while to dry. And this is one I should have stamped ahead of time, but I did not. So we are going to, again, start with the biggest image first. And I'm going to stamp it on here and on the other two pieces that I picked. So I want to make sure this is good and inked up. Normally I should probably do this with a Stamparatus or something. But I'm doing it this way. All right, press, press, press. Press, press, press. Ah, ah. I like it. I'll touch that up. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it on a daffodil print and the Calypso coral print. And this time I'm just going to stand up and really lay on it. Really press it down. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Oh, that's really good. Okay. Yeah, Jamie and I have been on, remember we went to the beach? Well, granted, you were sick, but there was definitely tears running down your legs then. Because the more we laughed, the more it came down, too. Oh, all right. Doing that. And I like to clean this off my stamps, like, right away. Just because. It does have some kind of something in there. And this is really in the nooks and crannies, too. Let me get a different rag in there. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, but I like to get it as clean as I can. Okay, so that's the big one. We're stamping on our main piece and both of our pieces that we're going to cut. Then we need the medium And then the little one too. So we're gonna do 3 different size butterflies, and that one slid a little bit. It's the only thing with this ink, it will slide across on your paper if you're not careful. And nobody would notice that but me, because my face is right down here. All right, I'm gonna do this. Now this one, I'm gonna plan on having the greeting like down here. So I can add a couple more butterflies. All right, clean, clean, clean. At least a little bit. And then we'll bring in the smallest one. So I'm using the bouquet, beautiful bouquet papers for both the paper piecing part and the background. And I'm just gonna let that dry for a minute. Stamp one here. One, two, three, four. This one will have to be off the edge a little bit. Ooh. All right, that's okay though, because it's gonna get covered up. All right, I'm gonna get over it real quick. Let me wipe this. So I do want this to dry a little bit. And then I can hit it with let's just hit it with the heat tool a little bit. All right, so for paper piecing, we're gonna hand cut some of these butterfly bits. And then you will also need a black marker to go around some of the edges. And I'm also gonna use this black marker right now to touch up this little body piece, because I know we're not going to cover the body up. All right, I do like these new markers with the this rounded tip. Okay, that is good. So let's cut out. I want to do, you want to cut like inside the black line. So let's go like here. See how I'm leaving that edge? You can see that that's black. All right, and I'm gonna go here. And I'm going to come around because I want it to be separate pieces. So this part doesn't take long depending on your image, right? Like these are pretty not detailed. There's one, and hopefully it's dry enough. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Staying inside that edge. This has a nice thick edge to it, really. Okay, now I can show you with these. So we're gonna just put them right over there. Before you glue it down, you wanna take your black marker and we just wanna go around the sides. It just makes it stand out, or actually it makes it blend in with the image that's already stamped. So it's like black on black. All right, we'll do that. Especially do this if you're using like a white core paper, because that is the opposite of blending in. And I'm using the brush tip. Okay. Nice. Now we just glue this down. And since you cut inside the line, this is going to fit right in here. Okay, and then we're going to, which one did I cut? Like, how far did I go down? Here we go. So we're just going to piece them together. So paper piecing, all right? And then we'll cut this edge off. And then I'll have to clean my scissors later because I just cut through glue. All right, then we want the bottom half of this. And I'm saving this bottom because I'll probably make another card with the opposite colors. So now I'm cutting the bottom half off. And I apologize, I haven't looked up much to, I hope there weren't any questions, but I can go back and I might actually have time tonight to go through and try to answer stuff. Somehow I didn't think this was going to take me this long to get through. I guess if they were more, I don't know, if they were just simpler, I guess. But I like this stuff, so that's that. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out. And you know, some people just like to skip through the end and see the finished stuff or just look on my blog, and that's awesome. Everyone is appreciated. Okay, so that is that. We're gonna glue these on. And really, let me just put the greeting on this. Like, I don't really just have to sit here and cut all this and show you, like, you know the technique now. It's to cut all the bits and glue them back on. I really like that. I can't glue it onto here though, because I'm gonna have to like cut these off. But we can pick out a greeting, and we can fake it that this is finished. So I wanted one of the black and white. So these greetings, this is continuing in the new catalog too. I like these because there's 2 sheets of everything. There are some new ones coming out. I think this is a great thing if you wanted to share a pack, like with somebody, like you split it. They're $7. Like, you know, get 2 different ones and you split it. Because really, am I going to use 2 whole sheets of all these? Like, probably not. But I just think it's a good thing that maybe you could share with a friend or something. So, okay, I want something that's going to fit right here. Thank you works. I was hoping for, ooh, sending hugs. That'll work. Happy holidays will not, but sending hugs definitely works. So I like the black. I like how there's the black base with the white writing. Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. And I am gonna pop that up because we need some height going on in some of this. And I gotta cut this little bit right there. Oh yeah, perfect. As far as gems go, I'm gonna add some black gems to tie in with all the black and white business. I've got some sparkle gems that have black in them. All right, let me trim that. That looked like a little bit jiggity jackety. Okay. Here we go. But you see how that is gonna go. And then we'll have some little gems popped around. So paper piecing is the technique. And I could add different colors, but I really like just the yellow and orange. So, all right, so we'll act like that one's done. It will be done and posted let's just say tonight, because I'm going to continue. Let me put my pin in my glue and bring back the others. And I will tell you, next week is going to be my class. It's going to be with the Be Cute. So the bees that were around last year, Valentine's Day, there's a new one in the, I think it's online exclusives. Cute as can be or something, but these bees have dyes and they're different sizes. So if you want those, get them. I did not get them. I'm going to use the bee set that I have with the punch, but we're using the new papers. So that's what next week's class is going to be. It'll be a Stamp-A-Stack with a kit available. I can only do these a couple times a year because I just don't have time. But I'm really excited about that one. So it'll be 4 cards, 2 of each, and then some different options too. All right, so here's the rest of the cards. So we've got our paper piece. We've got our beautiful ink smushing with emboss resist. Then we've got this fold that I don't know what it is. And then we've got Sue's fold from Friday that I used the circles. And again, I did pop these all up with dimensionals and now it is super thick. So that's going to be one that I just either suck it up and pay extra for the postage or I hand deliver it. But I love it. So that's that. Gail, grab through your monitor. What I did miss. Oh, Gail doesn't share her gummies. Funny. Okay. So yeah, next Thursday come back because we're gonna do a class with the cute as a bee paper. And I know I've showed you. It's actually the same pattern as last year, but the colors are different. So last year it was like sweet sorbet, crushed curry, early espresso, I think, or black. And I can't remember what else. Now the colors are petunia pop and maybe shy shamrock. I'm looking over now and something. So it's cool that they're reusing a pattern. Um, yeah, you send those cards COD, Rose. Dear Rose Carey. You're funny. Okay, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Thumbs, hearts, shares, subscribe if you're not, like, all appreciated. And I will catch you next week. As far as I know, Sue's on tomorrow, and then Gail will be Sunday. So catch them as well. All right. Thanks, you guys. Good night.